What's up, Blue Chips? 4 total trades today. Let's get to it. All right, traders, going to roll through the trades today. We had 4 total, 1 here on LABU and 3 on LYV. Kids aren't being the best today, so I'm going to try to get through this real quick and then go be with them. So I forgot I totally had the ADMA. That was part of the live stream. We were just kind of checking something on LYV. But if you guys want to go back and watch the live trades, I will put the link right up there, the card, whatever you want to call it, and you can go click on it. I'll put the timestamps in there as well, so you can go right to the trades. So starting here on LABU, this was actually our first trade of the day. We jumped in, pretty good entry, but then it decided to try to pull back, but then said, hey, we're going to try to go test that 40 area, which was not good because our stop was sitting right there above 40 at 40.12. So again, per rules, we try to jump into pivot mode after that happens, because now we are looking for an exit basically, because we realized that we started this a bit early. So when we get that pullback, our pullback is not going to be in the general 40-50% area, because we got in a little bit earlier. Because if you look at where the top was, actually, you know what? I didn't even check this earlier. Let's see what happens here. So started the move all the way up here to the top. Look at that, 50% of the move was pretty much right down where it came to, and we're looking to get about 40% of the move. So since we had ours here, our exit was down a little bit lower, and it was at 32, and as you can see, that was exactly why we didn't end up getting filled, because we were just a little bit early. So a little bit frustrating there, and we actually ended up making this exit as it was curling back up. So the bottom of this candle where we exited did not actually happen yet. It was actually continuing up, and we realized, okay, it bounced off VWAP. It looks like it's a very bullish stock at the moment, and we decided to exit. It ended up being a top tick. We ended up with not have getting filled anyway. Like I said, our exit was at 32. As you can see, it got to 34, 35, and 38. So even if we were playing the pivots from the top, we would have still got the same exit, or right around the same area. So I'm still mad at myself because that's not how we exited the trade, where we should have. But, you know, just it would have turned out the same. So P&L wise today, LABU would have came out the same exact way, but obviously I'm going to be writing in my journal what I did and why I should not be doing it again. So to spill, be right back. Okay, so that was fun. So over to LYV. As you can see, the first trade, we nailed this thing. The top here was 38.86. Our entry was at 38.70. And again, just for fun, let's do the fibs here from the start of the move to the top. And as you can see, that 50% mark was actually right here. We're only looking for about 40%. So we were right around 40% where we got our cover. So pretty happy with that trade. So we actually had completely dismissed this LYV, and then in the ISW chat, GDT actually alerted that LYV was moving again. So it was actually on this candle that we pulled it up. We were looking for that break of 40 to really get a nice extension, and we entered at 40.07 because it felt a little bit heavy there. Pretty much right after we got in, decided to go right up to that 40.50 area, and unfortunately, these were just from when I was trading. Unfortunately, that's right where our stop was. Our stop was right at 40.47. We actually got 1 cent slippage there, and the high of the candle was 40.64. I kind of felt like that was going to happen, so we decided to jump pretty much right back into this with the new scale. And as you can see, our entry was at 40.56. The high of this candle was 40.64, so we pretty much nailed the top there after we got faked out just a little bit early on that first entry. So this isn't a scale in and then scale out. This was 2 separate trades. This was the first entry at 40.07, stopped out at 40.48, and then we entered again here at 40.56. The high was 40.64, and we realized that we were really extended, right? We had the previous resistance all the way down here at 38.85. VWAP was all the way down here as well. We were really looking for this thing to kind of roll over. So we decided to try to scale out. So we had 34 shares. We took 24 of them and just left ourselves with 10. We brought the stop down to break even, which was basically high of day anyway. And as you can see, it wouldn't have mattered because it ended up going high of day. But we figured if it wanted to get back up there towards the highs, okay, we'll take the rest of our shares break even. It'll suck, but hey, it is what it is. But we're really looking for this to really pull back and test this previous resistance, right? So it was a good trade. I was very happy with the second entry there and looking to scale out, because a lot of times you do get that retest of the previous resistance, or, you know, at least the attempt at VWAP, but this thing was pretty strong. And I'll show you guys why we had the 8 EMA up. Someone had mentioned in the stream that someone was, you know, the stock wasn't ever closing below it, and he was right. And then sure enough, you know, when it did come back down through, it started to break down some. So a lot of people follow, you know, these EMAs, and that's why a lot of times they do ride those trends. But again, I just don't use them, because as many examples as I can find that this does happen, I can find examples where it doesn't happen. So there's always going to be one where it follows the 8. There's always going to be one where it follows the 9. There's going to be ones where it follows the 20. There's going to be ones where it follows the 50. There's always going to be an EMA that a stock is following when it's making a move, right? So whichever it is, you pick your poison at that specific time, and it is what it is. I can't say it enough. That's why I don't use them though, because it's just telling you the past candles anyway. And if people want to use that as, their trade basis, then so be it. But I look for extensions away from previous resistance, and then extensions away from, the norm, which if VWAP is technically the norm, look at this. It's kind of grinding, and then boom, you get these few candles, you get really extended. That's where I get interested, hence the trades. Same thing here. Kind of grinding, and then boom, 2 big candles, you get the extension away. I mean, look at VWAP, right? I always just let me get rid of the 8 real quick. I always like to look at VWAP as kind of a guideline, right? Anytime you start to get really extended versus what the norm looks like see how this is consolidating, grinding. So obviously this is a strong stock. It won't even come down and touch VWAP, but it just consolidates actually in a little bit of a descending triangle that fails, and then it starts to move up. But still, it's just kind of grinding along here with VWAP, and then boom, right here, you get the extension away, right? That's what we're looking for. The more intense the move, the weaker the trend, and that's what we're looking for, these pullbacks. We're looking for the big move up, and we're looking for that reversal pullback, and hopefully a fade, for the rest of the day. Because I was going to use the pivot exit here, but we never got a new pivot, so we ended up just stopping out at our break-even point. So that's all I have for you today, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Always appreciate the support. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those down below, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Peace.